It's Wednesday, it's April 12th. I'm at Croshan. Housekeeping. At King George and General George and King George for this, because I don't know who's associated with those. And I got no other lead line to go off of as far as Kings, because there's whatever and whatever. So going around the lake, and there were, after those big procession of dads who were investing time through whatever the communal area space works off of in leadership with partnership with NYC. So they did a fantastic job. I mean, what a difference. My father at one point was going around with a black trash bag collecting garbage by hand. That's my dad's participation, by his own hand. And he's got the spear and Celtic Godlu and whatever else going on at my galactic position of something is broken somewhere between the store and who's minding the store. There were neural network security breaches. That right there should have sent red flares, and a whole other thing. They not only got one marriage of mine wrong, they got two. Guy I belong to's got a wife, Kim, and two daughters. So for me, divorcee in New York doesn't really matter. Those excuses don't work anymore at Regalia. So there's that. Today I was running, and on the Fitbit I got, not only did I hit the 10,000 steps while I was running, that happens a lot, but I got a 450 code and a 600 code for those two. I mean, I really pushed it, whatever was going on. I mean, if and you know what happened? That telemetry equipment, it can get a bug right in someone's mouth from outer space. I mean, yeah, that happened. And I know somebody's laughing somewhere, shouldn't open your mouth when you run. I'm in the middle of the pit. They're burning thermoplastics right now in my breathing air, as well as the cars going back and forth, which at the moment don't seem like a lot. But they sent me today, same New York City management sent me burning thermoplastics, repairing the roads, which again, not good to be breathing in, especially when I'm stuck in this area at this specific time. Ran into Mike this morning. He did something on his phone to let me know that the ammonia smell could be breakdown of amino acids. Again, that would be muscle breakdown. I was having problems a little bit with balance, whatever, which is why I'm trying to increase my strength by doing this repetitive motion of running obsessively, just to bring back in my, again, a telemetry and pineal gland inside of the cranium. It's one thing for birds that lose their magnetic north, but then there's also the sitting in some high ammonia liquid really hurts the chances of homeostasis. So I'm just whatever on that, documenting for my own behalf. So that's where I am at the moment, and that's what's going on. There's also a really terrible odor coming out of this section right here, which is where I normally see Bob. He's one of the locals, and Bob for a while was here. I always said hi to him. He always looked at me like he didn't know who I was. I kept telling him I'm Nicole, but whatever, if he remembers my name or not, I don't know. So I'm here. Same smell that's happening here today is the same smell that I kept reporting to FDNY EMS when they came with that little funny machine. I was taking video recordings of myself, and the machine went off. That some kind of reaction was happening, which only EMS, FDNY knows. They kept telling me as the public, don't worry about it. We'll send someone. Okay. And went on for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. Well, I smell it again. Same smell, whatever it is. It's like a sulfurish kind of smell, and it's coming from this direction, right where Bob cleans the drain in whatever that is, in storm drain. He knows who he is. So anyhow, so there's that in what's going on around the neighborhood. So Mike helped me out this morning. He said he had a fishing pole. Again, like, I don't know. I know that I was like, huh, they're doing Moana at the school that doesn't have a flag at the moment. Just saying. So not quite sure what that's signaling, but when my son gets Fisherman 1 and there's no fish in the lagoon. So it was really nice though. I did see someone that looked like he looks like, from my family, who, whatever, he looked not, Aunt Carol, he doesn't look like your Keezy, but he looks close to what Keezy looks like. And so he had a pole and he caught a fish about this big, and I'm like, oh my God, they've sent lots of fishermen and no fish ever out of this lake that I've ever seen them catch. I was like, but you caught one. He goes, this is the second one. I was like, wow. And so then he tells me, he's like, there's bigger fish in this lake, and I was like, all right, I'll take your word for it. And I just kept on running. But whatever. So and then Mike told me it's, because I don't know these things, it's catch and release. And I did notice, again, like, not telling on the locals, but here we are. And he got caught up, this guy, the Keithy lookalike, in a conversation. He had a fish on the pole, and he started talking to this guy. And I was doing 8 laps, and I don't think the fish can stay out of the water and breathe that long. But, like, again, I don't want to tell on, I don't want to be a tattletale. So here we are. I did notice some things, but, like, who to tell, I don't really know. So that happened. So I'm going to just get on my way back home. But that's what's going on in the neighborhood today.